Hello everybody, it's Mr. Poke Games, or Poke if you prefer. Welcome back to another episode on the Survival Reborn server. It's going to be episode 13. Free shiny meta. Okay, but if you guys remember where we left off before, we actually just left off when we, these are the three Megastones. I incorrectly said the Tyranitar was what we got off of one of our Mega Keys, but honestly I was just extremely excited over the fact that we just gotten one of my favorite Pokemon's Megastone. We got a Metagrossite, a Gyarados, and a Houndoomite from our three keys, in case you don't remember. You guys got to see how Mega Evolution worked, and also how Dynamaxing worked in the last episode. You got to see me try to Poison Gym again, and you guys got to notice I didn't say beating the Poison Gym. We'll keep trying. Also got to see my new base. I really haven't done a whole lot of work, or actually really any at all, between last episode and this episode. I did also forget to Wonder Trade at the end of last episode. Like I said, that getting 2 Megastones off at once just threw me off completely. Just completely threw me off. So this episode, I promise I'll do 2 Wonder Trades. And actually, so I can't forget, because training our Pokemon isn't necessarily essential this episode, at least not to me, and our Carkol doesn't necessarily need to be trained, so I'm going to put him, we can start a shiny box and box, well actually I'll take the XP share off of him first. Start a shiny box in box 50, we'll leave him there for now. And we'll just grab a random Pokemon that we can Wonder Trade. You have decent stats, but I already have your evolution, that's so much better than you. And we'll just have that on us. So if we put that in there. Okay. Well, I wanted to grab that instead of that and put that there. But we're going to have our little mining expedition today. We're going to try finding some fossils today. We are going to head to a mining location in the distance. Kind of made a point for it. I was hoping that having one so far away that, well, it would be... It wouldn't be disturbed, so to speak. Like, there would be far less... There would be more resources and less of a chance that I couldn't find. And there'd be less of a chance that something there had been tampered with or messed with or already mined or just left behind. Like, I don't want scraps. I want new resources. I want to see new areas. And, of course, I want to record all of that. So this is... It's out towards the direction of the time-space altar. Like, I talked about this last episode. But, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and fly off in this direction, and you guys will get to see some familiar spaces like the Mesa area. You guys... Flygon! You're a new one. I'm wondering whether or not I should catch you. I'm going to just... Catching you all in third person, sure. I'm just going to throw 1 Dusk Ball, and then a few Pokeballs, and if it works, then cool. If it doesn't, well, then, well, you know. Fly. I have to use Bagon if I use anybody. Closest person to this dude's level. Really? You avoided it? You son of a gun. Alright, just take the hits. And you flinched again, and now I can try Pokeball. As I see new Pokemon, I am going to try and catch them because I don't know what their spawn rates are, or at least I can't tell just by glancing at them. So, I mean... The only Pokemon that I think would stop me dead in my tracks in the Mesa would be if a Beldum spawned, because now that I have a Metagrossite, I am going to be looking for that dude in the near future. Trust me, I am going to be hunting that man. Because, yeah, I absolutely positively want to have a Bagon, or not a Bagon, but a Metagross in my future. Is this somebody's base? No, it's not. I'm getting some ideas. Let's go ahead and go over in this direction now. This is the beach. I wanted to do something. Oh yeah, one thing I did want to do in the ocean. Let me drop off. Wish I had... This is all gravel? Holy crap, it's all gravel. Holy crap. It's all gravel. Somebody said, oh yeah, if you're hunting for fossils, you should look at the bottom of the ocean. It's like, well, I can. But two things. One, I can't really see. This is with my brightness being all the way up, mind you. Oh, scene customization, yeah, it's not. Video settings. Like, everything is as bright as it could be. And I can barely see right now. So, I mean, unless I can place a sign or something. Or I could just tilt up my screen. I'm sorry, this is hard to see. Somebody had said in chat that if I was hunting fossils to check, check oceans. That'd be my best friend. Because for those of you that don't know how exactly this process works, thankfully this lights up the little area. Basically how fossils are spawned in is they're placed in the world and then gravel is dropped on top of them. So, we break gravel around us. There is a small chance we will come across a fossil. Not a great chance, not a tiny chance, a small chance. I wish it was a great chance, shoot. I'm really having to look at my screen to make sure I don't miss it. What? Oh, it's a water stone block, that's a good idea. I might put mine around the water stone block so it makes it easier for you guys to see. I didn't really think about that at all, how easy it was for you guys to see it. And this is a diamond pick, I said diamond pick, diamond shovel enchanted with efficiency 4 on breaking 3. This is a coal block. And unfortunately not something we can use. Although I will say the fossil block really does look similar to a coal block, it's just not. I looked up a picture of it on the wiki so that I'd be able to tell during an episode, but I guess this is both fortunate and unfortunate. You can't tell what fossil you're going to get by looking at a fossil block, because by breaking it, you get a random one. What are you? Is that silicon? Yeah, it is. We've gotten so many stacks already. And how much have we found? None. Yeah, let's go ahead and just break the blocks around that we've already seen. Got some Wilmers around, gotta love this. I can do an ocean episode another time, but I was just gonna see if I could come by here and I'd like to find an episode, or I said find an episode, find a fossil on camera so that we can break that down at home. Although they're fairly uncommon. And it makes sense. If they were a super common thing, then, you know, there'd be almost no purpose to them, but still, even still. There we are. Now we should have a little light around. A little loophole to that system there. See, we got some iron right here. I mean, technically speaking, if we made a night vision potion, that would solve all of our problems, but there's a little bit of prep I need to do for that. Thought I saw some there for a second. Oh well, let's go ahead and mine up what we can see right here for the iron, because I'll definitely take that. It is a mining episode after all. I will take any and all of that. If I can even find one fossil, I'll be happy. But we'll see what we can find. Also, who knows, maybe while we're down here, a shiny Magikarp or something will spawn, and we can put that up over down here too. Whoop, let's not get stuck on that. Thank you. How many? I've got so much gravel. gravel could be used for anything decent. Lag. Let's not deal with that. What? That doesn't look like normal gravel. Is this a fossil? No, it's coal. I got my hopes up. I was like, well, that doesn't look like normal coal, but yeah, no, it was coal. So my expectations are through the roof, and then they weren't. Let's see. Interesting. Got all of those right there. Man, alright, let's go ahead and do our strategy again. And that way we can see around here. Continue to mine as well. Let's go ahead and throw some of our gravel in here because we already have way more than... I mean, we're going to cure a lot, but... Like, I've tried mining so much gravel in caves and stuff, and I've had no luck. I've had absolutely no luck with finding any fossils. And as far as I'm aware, this is the best strategy for finding them, which means I just have bad luck when it comes to finding these. And mudkits. I cannot find that mudkit in the swamp biome for the life of me. Like, I've probably sat through at least a dozen storms, and I just have had no luck. No luck whatsoever. Let me go ahead and mine all these while I'm here. These, we could always use more coal for smelting. Sure. And iron as well. Or I think that's bauxite, actually. That's, nope, it's iron. Move that all up here. Probably have 2 stacks for bauxite, 2 stacks for iron. Ended up getting a lot more, but yes, buddy, I hear you. There are a ton of Pokemons who are right there. Let's go ahead and just going over what we've done. Thankfully, I have water breathing. Okay, so that's a super convenient thing for us while I'm trying to do this. Having the full water stone armor is definitely helping us out there. I just wish it also gave us, if it gave us night vision as well, that would be a little broken, a little bit, but I would appreciate it. I understand finding a fossil is an uncommon thing, but this is getting a little ridiculous. How much gravel do I have to go through before I find one? Is the question of the hour. Interesting. Alright, we're going to take a, well, step back. Yeah, we're going to take a step back. Let's go ahead and mine up all of this. I know we're mining it up with our fortune pick, but we'll probably end up using most of them on torches, so it's fine. And we're going to leave that up as a light source as we continue to move along here. As soon as we find our first fossil, we will go ahead and get started on our mining trek. But I just kind of wanted to show it to you guys, to be quite honest. Try and find my first one while I was talking to you guys. Man. Man. It's like even being able to breathe underwater, I can only imagine how obnoxious this process must be for somebody that can't. I'm either going to stop right before the shovel breaks, or if we find a fossil. We'll see what happens first. Because, by the way it's looking right now, it's not looking very promising at the moment. Alright, we're going to go ahead and dig down here. Go ahead and grab that. And that'll give us a little more light. It's cheating the system a little bit, but it's not anything that's going to give us necessarily an edge. And any of you can do this as well. Just something I thought of, and it seems to be a pretty effective method, to be quite honest with you. Here, let's go ahead and mine this, get some more waterstone shards, because it can never hurt to have more of those. Holy crap, let's not do that, please, game. Alright, I think we're good. Don't know what exactly I did, but it seemed to have solved the problem at least. I don't know why I couldn't see there for a second. Let's go ahead and take care of all of this. I really hope it isn't as dark as I think it is for you guys, because then I'll feel bad, but I'm trying to illuminate this to the best of my ability. Really wish I had some night vision tokens for this. Wow, amethyst, I will take that in a heartbeat. Thank you. Man, I really can't get lucky with this. I had a conversation with somebody earlier on the server, and they apparently had found 2 fossils in their time on here, but they said it's uncommon and not rare, but this seems a bit more rare than that, to be honest. If I have to mine this much of the ocean floor and still haven't found one yet. Not saying it should be like iron or anything like that, but it should be about as rare as gold. Maybe not more rare than that. I consider gold a fairly uncommon resource. Sometimes you find more in certain biomes, realistically, but I mean, like, in general, I consider it a fairly uncommon item. Let's see. Let's fly a little above so we can see. We've mined out a lot, guys. We've mined out a lot. But I'm going to drop down here and collect these resources real quick, because we can definitely use that. Got some bauxite, okay. Alright, swim over here. Should have grabbed a water type Pokemon, to be honest. So we could rut him around. That's a good reason to have a Gyarados. I was talking about reasons to have a Gyarados during my last episode. Like, just saying how I really wasn't planning on using one or grabbing one, just because, like, at least not at the moment, but I mean, that's a good reason to. Got a Delmize. I already have one of those. Like I said, if I find a shiny Magikarp, then I'll definitely add him to the team. But, well, actually, no, it all depends on the nature as well. But, I mean, if he has a good nature and he's shiny, then I'll consider it. But otherwise, probably not. So even though I have his Mega Stone and he's actually relatively decent in his Mega form, it's still, though. Man. Can only find coal. Let's move, Yeah, I hear you, Magikarp, my goodness. Alright, let's go ahead and... Ooh, okay, let's not lag between those blocks. Okay, or lag between those blocks, because the game just wants to. Cool, that's fine. We're going to stand on top of this and... Not have any luck with this whatsoever. Finding, because I'm just gonna look. I saw it was uncommon, but interesting. I know this is iron. Take all of that. Why I swim up so slow? I start getting some interesting spawns around me. So I continue to hang around down here. I'm gonna go ahead and put my picks down here so I stop having all those appear in my hotbar. Yes, Magic Trap, I see you. Also, I wish people on the server were more responsive. Earlier they were. And there was a ton of people on, but sometimes you're just kind of ignored, and that's fine. But it helps to have people to answer such questions. I know this is an uncommon resource, but I mean, I'd like to know from an admin or something what exactly the rate is, because to mine over 1,000 blocks and not find one, I think that might be a little much. Just a personal opinion. These fossil Pokemon aren't overpowered, and they aren't that extreme, so it's just kind of a question of why would you make something like that rare. But at the same time, you know, not my, just my take on it. Not that anybody may or may not necessarily care, but just my take on it. Oh. Well, that did it. Sure. Let's go ahead and grab this while I'm over here. Just using it as the lighting source, but that's one thing I can appreciate about Fortune, is that it's allowing me to get even more shards from these. If you guys don't remember, water stones are about as good as or equal to diamonds. So having a bunch of them is definitely helpful. Man, that's so hard to see. There we are. Man. I do not want this to be an entire episode of me trying to find a singular fossil, but that's what it might turn into. Oop. All right, let's dig down. We got a few light sources around. I can break this without having to worry about it. You can see under there too. Okay, yep, nope, still nothing. But, you know, it was worth a shot. But at least we're finding resources. I mean, that's something, but it's just... This was going to be a mining episode, and I guess I'm multitasking by doing this, but... If we don't find any in the next few minutes, I might do a cut and keep going until the shovel gets closer to breaking. And if I find something, I'll set the recording back on. And if not, then, you know, we'll move forward. Because like I said, it's something I wanted to do. Unfortunately, though, or, you know, it's just kind of something that happens. Not everything works as how you want it to, how you want it to. Not everything goes according to plan. Got some interesting ones around, though. Seeing all the Pokemon around. Got 2 water stones over here. This is where checking this area. Interesting. Doesn't appear like there's anything particularly special in this area. But I will go ahead and mine these. We're probably going to have a ton of water stones, guys. It's like, even if we walk out here with nothing else, we're going to have a ton of water stones. I already got 25. 9 per stone, so we almost have 3 stones we can make. That's nice. This is not exactly what we came down here looking for, but don't always find what you're looking for. Alright, place that torch down. Also, an interesting use for our torches. Honestly, I hadn't considered that until we were down here. But, great way to provide for a source of light without a night vision potion. What are you? Oh, I know exactly what you are. Let's see. We got some iron over there. Nothing really over there. Man, we really are going to be pushing it here, aren't we? Let's see what we can find up here at the top. After I break this top area, if I haven't found anything, I'll do a cut in the recording. And I'll come back either once I found something, like I said, or either that, or once this shovel is actually near breaking, because I mean it's going to get to that point. Oh, always need more crystals, sure. Don't always get a ton. Totally don't have about a stack of it back in my base. Let's go ahead and mine down from here. This is so much easier than what I was trying to do before. Just to do it that way. I'm not going to get too far along with this, but at least just to... I really want to get that on camera. Me finding it and me mining it. But I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, because it's like I can't find it. At least not right now, I can't find it. Not that I've found one so far. Like, legitimately, I haven't found a single fossil since the start of the series. And I've done quite a bit of mining. Even going, you know, out of my way to mine up gravel and stuff. Like, just no luck. Sometimes it is how it is, but, you know, I like to be able to find one without having to need to go through an entire Unbreaking 3 diamond shovel with efficiency 4 on it. Because I did use a level 30 enchant at a diamond shovel, and that's how I got it, but I was actually very lucky. I was very glad that I got it, because I didn't want to have to waste more than 3 levels on a shovel. It was not on my to-do list until I was started thinking about fossils, and then I was like, well, it might have to be. Because otherwise we would have been down here for a minute. But you know, maybe I'm rushing it a little too hard, but at the same time, not without purpose. Alright, let's see. I think since I started... Ooh. Clam Pearl. You are not one that I found, and you're definitely one that I can use. So, let me just catch you real fast. Clam Pearl actually evolves into a pretty cool Pokemon. Or two pretty cool Pokemon. They're not really useful in PvP, but I mean, they're just cool looking. They're just cool looking. Just like when I played Ark, I mean, I'm more into PvE than I am PvP. Although I am planning to join in on player tournaments as they happen on the server. I think there's one happening relatively soon. And I'll see if I can get in on it. Wow, there's actually is gravel underneath all this, so does that mean that... Can't believe I'm about to do this. This is going to take a large portion of my durability away. Just to see this top area clear. Like I said, I was going to clear up the top area. You know, I didn't think I'd be doing any messing with any sand, but I guess it was going to happen eventually. Sure. At least it's instant mined, like the gravel. Oh crap, lag. Gotta give it a second to load. If I mine it too fast, though, it glitches out like that. But yeah, nope. Once again, nothing. Just nothing. Toss out all this gravel. It's like you think I would have found something, but no. Not so far. Got a few resources, though, so I can't complain but so much, but it's... Always want better RNG, you know? Let's see. We got on here, though. Find that one right there. Ha! Of course iron just happens to be beneath it. Of course it would be. Alright, let's shift. Yeah, I collect all of it because 3 iron ingots make 3 lids. Or not 3 lids, sorry, 3 iron bases. And then we use those iron bases to make more Pokeballs. So, you know, I'm going to probably spend a long time after this mining episode. Actually, no, it'll probably turn into a 2-parter like the last one. Because this is probably going to be most of the first part. Or the first episode here. And the next one will probably be spent underground, mostly. Wasn't as I'd necessarily planned, but I also thought I'd find a fossil before, you know, now. Especially having gone through so much of the ocean floor, like, this is crazy. Like, this is absolutely crazy. The fact that I've mined so much, and I'm still yet to find a single fossil. I know I'm asking that in chat, but it's like, it might sound like a stupid question, but the fact that I haven't found one is a little interesting. Oh, I mined the bottom one as well. And there's coal right there, but I'm not interested in coal, even though I am going to grab this. And of course it's connected to that. It's like just my luck. Alright, well, what I'm going to go in to do is I'm going to go ahead and mine this little patch here, and as I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I'll cut back on the feed either, like I said, when my diamond shovel's health or durability gets really low, or I find a fossil, but I don't see either of those happening in the near future, but I'll cut it back whenever I'm there, but I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, everybody. Well, the impossible finally happened. I was not expecting it to happen. I honestly have expected my shovel to break before we even found them. To be quite honest with you. I'm happy. I'm happy that we found this, but I'm also like, oh my goodness. Like, we mined down this entire area, mined out that area. I mean, we didn't go but so far. It didn't take us but a few minutes, but still, that took a long time. Thankfully, ooh, more resources. I will take all of these. Throw that out. Let's swim back up. Let's go ahead and toss out most of what's in our inventory, to be quite honest. And we're going to make an extra slot for that. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Toss out all of this, including the granite. We're going to make a few more spots for coal, and probably one more spot for that. And these can be for the fossils. So, for those of you that don't know, just gonna get some light over here. For those of you that don't know, this is what a fossil looks like. It's like a giant piece of coal around it. And it works like it works like most other ore blocks, like diamonds, amethyst, ruby, sapphire. You can mine it with a regular pick, but if you have Fortune 3, and we do, then you have a chance to get multiple fossils. Okay, we are not going to have this ruined for me. And if we get multiple fossils, so we're starting in 2 minutes. All right, well we need to get this very quickly. But essentially, what it does, we have Fortune 3, we have a chance to get multiple fossils. Wait, if that happens, I'm going to need more space. Crap! Alright, I'm probably going to have 2 stacks of bauxite coming out of there. The rest should be fine, except I'll do that as well. Let's hope that we have good odds. 3, 2, 1. We got 1 fossil. I was hoping we'd get more than 1. The server's going to restart in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and do a cut again until we're back. I'll see if I can try and find another fossil before my my shovel runs out of its durability, but yeah, I think this was pretty productive as far as what I expected. But I really hope we get something good. But I'll be back in just a minute, you guys. Well, there we are. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go back to our base. I did continue to mine until until it broke. Actually, I was just like, you know what, it doesn't really matter. We are going to move this up because I'm probably going to end up getting another stack or 2. Get silicon where it's supposed to be right there. Put all my bauxite right there. Ooh, got exactly 264 stacks. That means I need to move this further down as well. Also means I'm going to have a ton of aluminum, but trust me, we'll still need it. Get all that. I can actually condense all of that. I also stayed mining. I stayed down under the water until I'd mined enough. Until I had a 64 stack of water stone shards. I also placed a waypoint over there, so I moved a little further away in one direction, and I was like, you know what, I can actually come back to this ocean at a later point, try and find some more fossils. I would still like to do that. I mean, for the future, though, that might be... I actually might do an entire episode around it again. Well, actually, no. I might do some of that off camera, and then maybe do another that and a mining episode in the future. We'll see. I don't know. Also, I can't believe I just did that. I didn't even think about clicking on the block. I just put it all in there and then clicked out of it. Got a ton of coal now. That's awesome. Oh wait, I can't believe I overlooked that. Got a 64 stack of flint. Need to toss that. Now, for the subject of the hour, we used a Fortune 3 pick on 1 fossil thing. We only got 1 fossil out of it. We don't know what it is yet. It's still covered. So what you have to do is you have to take these. You gotta put them in here, and it cleans them, essentially, and uncovers what they are. Don't know how long it takes. It doesn't say on it, does it? No, it doesn't. Guess we just gotta give it a few minutes. Oh, no, we do not. It's done. Oh, is that a good one? I think that's a good one. I think this is a good one. I forget which one it is, though. So what you do once you get it cleaned is you gotta put it in this. Yep, and slowly but surely, it'll start regenerating the fossil. And that's going to take a second. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to keep our eye on it because it is moving fast enough for me to do that. Wonder Trade 6. Wonder Trade 6. Larvitar. Because I told you guys I would do 2 of these. We got a Floret. That's a new one. I'm gonna keep on. I think it's it's almost transforming from the. Okay, we need to go and start putting them in here. Will bring me out. Why not? It'll start transforming from the fossil into an actual Pokemon here soon. And then we'll need to have a Pokeball that we want to put it in our hands, and I'll just choose a Pokeball because no clue if it'll be good or bad yet. It's getting so tiny. Don't tell me we got like a pygmy Pokemon. That would be nuts. Now it's non-existent, so now the actual Pokemon should be starting to come out of it. Here in a few percent. We got 16 minutes. Alright, we got 16 minutes until the next legendary spawn. Come on. We're going to sit here and watch this because I don't want to miss, at least for my first one, I don't want to miss a second of it. It's a very cool thing. There are a lot of cool things in this mod that we wrote. This is one of the cool things we haven't got to mess with yet. There's a cloning machine. We haven't done any trading yet. I mean, there's a lot of cool things that specifically come from Pokemon or Pixelmon. Yep, there he is, our Tortoga. But it's pretty cool. How big of a size did we get, though? Because it's only 60%. It grows to the actual Pokemon size, so it is possible for them to be so big that it looks like they're breaking out of the, I'm just going to call it the regeneration chamber or fossil chamber. But we got a pretty cool one, actually. This is one of the ones that I would not have been mad about getting. This, a Cranidos, or an old Amber would have been really cool. But that could be for the future. This is a Pokemon with an evolution, so we'll be getting a pretty decent, getting 2 Dex entries that would be almost impossible to get without. It's pretty nice. Also, I think this is the one that I chose when I played. Oh man, I think it's Generation 6. I don't think it was Unova. Maybe it was. I'm gonna look this up while I'm waiting on that. I don't want to be wrong. Like I feel like at some points, like I'm just kind of like it's on the tip of my tongue, but I don't want to give you guys false information. Could you not? Oh crap! Here we go. There he is. Insert Pokeball. Yep, that's what it's going to ask me to do. I'm still looking it up, though. Alright, so I know what its hidden ability is. What generation? Oh, it was Generation 5. Alright, he is Unova. Okay, well, I was wrong. Dead wrong. That's interesting. What is his stats? What are his stats like? Okay, you get him from Black and White originally, and then you can get it from X and Y. Okay, well, that's not what I meant. Let me do this. I know I'm doing a little bit of off-camera, or this, I can't even call this off-camera work, but I know I'm doing some of this on camera, but it's good information for you guys to know, too. Let's see. Looking for stats. Okay, so we want him to have a higher defense or higher attack. And having a lower speed would be ideal, so we'll see what happens. Retrieve Pokemon. Alright, we can retrieve him now. I'm going to move Meowth out of the way, actually, for right this second, so you guys can get to see him immediately pop into my hotbar. Or my team there. Level 1 Turtuga! Let's get it. Man. Well, that's not as no, the opposite of what we wanted, dang. Well, I mean, he's okay, and we just kind of wanted him for his dex entry anyway, so it's not a big deal. But that is definitely a letdown. Have to be one that's on our radar. I think we did get a Cranidos from Wonder Trade though, so I guess I can't complain too much. I still want one from because I don't think this one has Mold Breaker as his ability, which I don't think, yeah. He also has a really bad nature, so I mean, I'd like to get one with a better nature. And I could breed for it, but once again, he's one of those that fossil Pokemon can be good. Like Aerodactyl actually has a Mega Evolution, Mega Aerodactyl, which is he's a fossil Pokemon. I mean, he's pretty good. I mean, fossil Pokemon in general, they aren't game breaking, they aren't anything crazy, which is why I think they could make fossils a little more common. I mean, come on. But let me see if there's anything around, to be quite honest. It's worth checking. I want to know what happens when it actually finds something. But, you know, it'll probably be a while. Doesn't affect him because he's floating. Alright, well.
Flygon!
Oh, Flygon was confused by Minior. Okay, and I'll go ahead and take these shiny shards. I'll put them away. Cool, now we have enough to make another shiny stone. Let's go ahead and go over to our mining area now. I know we got sidetracked, but I wanted to make sure that I both got the fossil done on episode, and I also got to put all that stuff away to make some space. Unfortunately, like I said, I did lose my, yeah, that's the point I made. But I mean, I did lose my shovel, but it's fine. I can always make another diamond shovel. It's legitimately 1 diamond and 2 sticks, and I'll try and get another enchantment like that, or a few of those, and we'll maybe do a whole episode around trying to find fossils. But I mean, that was really interesting. I wasn't expecting it to be that tedious to find one, and had I not found one, I probably wouldn't even consider going back and trying to find another one. But it's pretty neat, and they're uncommon, and they're good for dex entries, and maybe in the future I can help out other people on the server when I start breeding, and get them dex entries as well. I mean, fairly uncommon Pokemon, guys. Like, it's random which one you actually get when you uncover it, and I mean, thankfully fortune does affect it though, but it's still apparently isn't a high enough chance to where it would have done almost anything. It didn't do anything for me, even though I used a fortune 3 pick on it, but that's just because that's just bad luck. Nothing more, nothing less.
Flygon!
You know, it'd be kind of great. What time is it? Closer to night than it is day. Will it be? We still got about 10 minutes actually. So yeah, it'll be nighttime. Never mind. I was about to say we could wait around somewhere to see if a legendary spawns around us, because I do know when the next one's going to spawn, but don't know if it'd be worthwhile or not.
Flygon!
Of course. Man, somebody really did make a monstrous base up here. Let's come up and take a look, just to take a peek. I am curious. I mean, some people like to build bases above the clouds. Yeah, I mean, it's not a big platform, but it also doesn't look like they were done with it. Whoever made one up here. What is that on my screen? Right above my map. I have no clue what that is.
Flygon!
I mean, sure. Extreme Hills. Let's see what spawns around. Should have just done a cut, but you guys actually haven't seen me fly out here before, so I figured I should at least do the first one on episode. Somebody made a boat! Somebody actually went out of their way and made a boat. That's pretty cool.
Flygon!
I can't act like that's not cool. You could be pretty creative with your builds in this game. Flower pots. I'm guessing that's for breeding. Or not, unless they're making mints, but still, I don't think you can on this server. Also, it's kind of funny, we're going on a different path than I had the first time. Wait for this to load.
Flygon!
What is that on my screen? I have no clue what that is.
Fly!
Like, it's not there right now. But it is on that screen. You guys see the box that's on my top right of my screen. I have no clue what that is or why it's there. But as you can see, when I was going up this way before, I went in a whole other way. So, you know, uncovering some new areas. Let's see.
Flygon!
Somebody built their way up here.
Fly!
Let's see.
Fly!
This would be a good place to check as well. Thankfully, there's enough oceans in this game to where fossils should be. You should be able to find some if you join the server now. If you join the server a few months from now, you should be able to find some fossils, one way or another. Should not be an impossible task. Because although a lot of people play on the server, not a lot of people are hunting for fossils. Like, there are a select few people that do, but I mean, this map is so massive that, I mean, chances are, and with how many oceans there are, you're more than likely not going to mine enough of it so that it's going to just straight up make it so nobody else can find a fossil. And even if that was possible, I mean, if you mined out all that's in the oceans and mined out all the gravels and caves to look for it, I mean, I'm sure the admins could do something to fix it, like regenerate a certain amount of blocks or chunks. I think it's F6 that allows you to see chunks. Maybe it's Control F6 or something. Well, I'm not going to mess around with my my keys right now while I'm recording and while I'm trying to just do stuff, but there is a key that allows you to see chunks, and in doing so, you can kind of see where you're at, what blocks you have loaded and around you. I've used it while at my base before just to see how many chunks I was taking up. Obviously, my new base is going to be a lot worse because it's so much bigger.
Fly!
Feels like every time I make a base, they just keep getting bigger and bigger. Don't know why. It's just kind of how it ends up turning out.
Fly!
Let's see, got a cave entrance there, but not quite what I'm looking for. Still got a distance to go, guys.
Flygon!
Is that lava? No idea, actually. That's a ton of gravel. Holy crap. Because there's something underneath there. Somewhere.
Fly!
Also, after that whole thing underwater, I mean, I bet you guys are realizing just how useful the water stone armor can be. It's not anything crazy or anything overpowered, but I mean, it definitely has its uses.
Fly!
Yes, Flygon, I heard you for the 1000th time. Let's see.
Fly!
We're actually probably not too far away from the time-space altar now. I could show that to you guys this episode, considering I went over there off camera.
Flygon!
Depends how far away it is. Let me check. Waypoints.
Fly!
Alright, Eradicate, I see you, bud, but if you could get out of my face, I'd appreciate it. So, time space altar is about 2,000 blocks that way. Mining spot's only about 1,200 more.
Flygon!
I'm just probably going to go to the mining spot and we can plan a whole other trip for the time space, because we need to do some other stuff. So the time space altar is used to spawn legendaries, and more importantly, it's used to spawn Gen 4 stuff like Dialga, Palkia, Giratina. And before we can even spawn those in, we need their respective orbs. The Gracious Orb for Giratina, we need the why do I forget the names for their orbs for Dialga and Palkia? If I saw them, I'd probably feel really stupid, but it has been a long time since I've played those games, so it's I know the Grievous Orb is for Garatina, and then there's the and I'll try and remember where we're finding the spot here, but I actually don't remember.
Fly.
It's the Lustrous Orb. That's what it is. Oh my goodness, that's what it is. I was like, why the heck can I not remember this?
Fly.
Let's see. We got
Flygon.
the Adamant Orb is Dialga's. Okay, so it's Adamant and Lustrous, and then I think it's Grievous or I'm going to look. I'm actually going to look it up. Just like Gracious Orb. Okay, that's what it is. It's called Gracious Orb. These orbs can be obtained from random Mega Boss drops. There's also the Azor Flute for Arceus, but that's different. Basically, it's an altar where you can spawn a lot of the end game 4th gen legendaries. But before we can even worry about that, we need to
Fly.
we need to get something called a red chain. And in order to get that, we need to oh, it's not a new moon. It's not even a full moon. Okay, we're good. Is it almost time? It's almost time for the legendary spawn, actually, less than a minute. But essentially we need something called the red chain, and we need a Azoth, a Mesprit, and a Yuxi, and we need to get their happiness up, and we need to get them leveled up, and then, and only then, do we have a, I'll say in a Tiger Hills, why not? Wait, I thought I was in Tiger Hills for a second. I am right here. I am capturing you.
Flygon.
You're level 5, but I don't care. I'm capturing you. And you're level 5. It's nighttime. Stay in the Dusk Ball, man. You cannot tank one hit from me. Just stay in the ball. Do yourself a favor. But I mean, we need to capture all 3 of those first. That's another reason I wanted to have a base in the Root Forest, was so I could capture one of them, and then the other 2 are both in the regular forest and the Birch Forest. So we'll be moving around quite a bit. The legendaries are what are going to take us the longest, but I do plan on staying on the server until we have. I want at least most of the decks done. I'd like to have all the the whole Pokedex done for this, but realistically, it's not but so likely because of the fact that there are some legendaries that are either such an obscure thing to obtain without paying for anything, or I mean, unless under the blessing of. I'm just blessed enough to where people just want to trade them to me each month. I'm going to try and avoid trading people for Pokemon as much as I can. I mean, Wonder Trade I think is fine, alright? Like, if I'm doing right now, like, Wonder Trade 6, 3 more minutes, alright, whatever. But if I'm doing a Wonder Trade, then I think that's fine. If I happen to get a Legendary or a Shiny off a Wonder Trade, no objections, because it's luck. It's all RNG. I don't have a problem with that. But, I mean, I don't feel good about trading somebody, like, for a Darkrai, for example. Like, people were offering to sell them earlier, and I was like, I'm not going to buy them off of you, even if I was able to buy one. Like, I wouldn't want to say, hey, I want to buy it, because, like, it takes away from the experience. Just a little bit. I mean, if I'm on this server for, like, when we're on episode, like, 110, and there's still haven't found, like, one of those, I might be like, okay, well, I'm going to trade for it if it's possible. But, I mean, like, at least for the moment, for the next several dozen episodes, it's not even going to be a consideration for me. I'm just not going to bother. Also, we got in the area. I'm waiting for the legendary spawn, and then we're going to make our way underground, because I am just waiting to see this pop up. But it's taking its time. Wow, is there just like never an item around? Granted, it only looks for hidden chests, but I mean, still though. Got a Seedot over here.
Seedot?
Do I have one of you? I don't think I do.
Fly.
Man, I can appreciate that. Level 2, so he should go right in here. Unless he's as stubborn as a Teddiursa. Okay, I was about to say, please don't be as stubborn as the Teddiursa. Getting a lot of Pokemon over here I didn't have.
Fly.
Happily add them to my PC. Alright, well, looks like we got another 20 minutes until the legendary spawns. So I was waiting around for nothing. That's a shame, but you know, it is what it is. So what we're going to go ahead and do, I made this a mining spot, and you may be wondering why. I did it because it's an area in the middle of nowhere. It's in a taiga that I knew we'd need anyways for some, so not for some legendary spawns. Actually, I don't know what legendary spawn in this biome. Excuse me, or if any do. Actually, okay, I think there has to be at least one. But I mean, even if there's some interesting Pokemon that spawn in this biome. And also for the fact that, for the most part, it looked undisturbed. So I was like, that'd be kind of actually super convenient. Just to mine in this biome. We're not exactly where the royal point is, but I mean, just dig straight down and just mine. I have a ton of extra picks that I'd already pre-made and put in my my 2 shulker boxes there. So I mean, or my storage shulker box, I should say. So I mean, we can go down here and just mine resources for a little while. Go down to Y12 and see what we find. Because like I said, it looked, for the most part, it looked undisturbed. So, I mean, on the off chance that we find diamonds or some other resources like... See, I really, really want to look for some fossils right now, but I just know the chances of me finding them are so slim to none that it's almost heartbreaking. Like, if I find a fossil in a cave, that'd be a miracle. Although gravel does fall, so... Also, a little odd trick if you didn't know it, is if you place a torch. It'll break it off. Okay, just hearing that gas line in the background is interesting. That way I don't have to break it all. At least for the most part. There's some that I have to break. I mean, this isn't that bad, breaking it by hand, because gravel, thankfully, isn't like cobblestone. If it was like cobblestone, this would be miserable. Trying to do this. Also helps that I have a ton of torches. Like when I said on my last mining trip that I would make a ton of torches for the next time I went mining, I wasn't kidding. Like I made like 6-8 stacks, something like that. So I mean, I came prepared. Let's see what I can extract down here. Find more coal. It seems like coal seems to be a finer placement for fossils underneath all this gravel. Also, we found a cave. That's nice. Did we find... No, we did not. Okay, well, I can remain somewhat optimistic, guys. Let's see. Haha. I'm gonna look under all of these. And only once I look under all of these am I gonna be okay with stopping. That's good that I'm doing, because I mean, by doing what I'm doing, I'm finding both coal and iron, so I mean, it's not like it's unproductive, it's just taking a bit of time because I don't have a diamond shovel like I did on me before, so we're going to go ahead and try and collect some of these torches back because this is really unnecessary to leave around and keep us from having to use too many, because I did use a lot of coal on torches when I made as many as I did before. Not that we haven't necessarily gotten a return. I mean, we've gotten a pretty good return on that. We're mining all the coal that we were underwater, but you know, never hurts to have a little extra. Especially once we start actually smelting all the stuff that we have. That's when we're probably going to lose most of it. Use 8 coal per stack, you know? It all adds up. Yeah, we're good. I'm actually going to dump all the items that we don't need in the corner there, like the gravel. And there's a haunter chilling down there, alright. Take the iron, split that up into 3 stacks actually, because I doubt we're gonna be out of here anytime soon. Put 5 stacks for coal. Got a graveler. Ooh, I almost went down without grabbing that. Let's grab that. Not too worried about my diamond pick's durability, even though our diamond pick is really good. I'm not so worried about it. Ooh, interesting. It's a very short cave we got here. Yes, I see all of you down here. Gotta say, if any of you were shining, I'd share a lot more. Alright, let's see. We got some ruby down here. We don't really need any more, to be quite honest. We have all the rubies and sapphires and all of that we could probably need. But, I actually probably am going to keep all the cobblestone that I end up collecting, just so I can place it over lava like this whenever I need to. At least a stack. Just so I can collect these, because firestone shards are also a very good thing to collect when you're underground over here. Because you can't find them anywhere but by lava, so, you know. Never hurts to pick some up. Let's see. We do not need any more redstone, so we're not going to bother with that. Interesting. Alright, I think that's all of it. And now we're just going to grab the coal, and we're going to move on. Let's see. Cool. Awesome. You know what I should have brought with us that I didn't? That I really should have thought of, and I've thought about it on, I was going to say past mining trips, but I just mean like excursions period. I've thought about it where, I really wish I'd brought a crafting table, because I used to bring those with me all the time. And I thought about it. I really did think about it not so long ago, and I was like, I need to make one to use on my next mining trip, just so I could make, make blocks and help save space in my inventory, but nope. Although, look what we found right off the bat. Tons of amethyst. Remember when we had almost none? Let's see. Ooh, got a ton of stuff over here. Huh. Alrighty then. That's actually not too bad at all. I mean, ton of that. Got a bunch of iron. Tiglets in the background. How many times can you hear that before you lose your mind? Well, listens to like a 10-hour. I would feel so bad for anybody that had to listen to that for a long period of time, because it has its moments. And we found some gravel. There's some irony in that I don't think I need to explain. I don't think we're gonna find a stack of gold. As nice as that would be. Oh, of course, you get completely stomped by it. See, I'm not going to try going through that, because yeah, you guys have seen me break enough gravel today. I'm not going to put you through that anymore. We're just going to strip mine for a little bit, then teleport buying shiny Darkrai. If you find somebody who has a shiny Darkrai, I seriously doubt they're willing to trade it. Unless they just don't care for the legendary. Which some people don't. Some people don't like him. But, actually, I should say him or her, because technically legendaries don't have genders. But in the Darkrai movie, Rise of Darkrai for Pokemon, they did kind of make it appear like a guy. So, just gonna put that out there as well. Like, I could probably go into I could probably do a podcast talking about the Pokemon episodes, to be quite honest with you. Just because there's so many, like, I don't want to say inaccuracies, but they just have things that kind of warp your understanding of Pokemon. Like, in the like, if you're just looking at the first generation or two of the show, and when I say that, as in, like, they split Pokemon into, like, a bunch of different seasons, like, for, like, they had Indigo League and Johto, and of course, like, Kanto, or like the original, when they just called it Pokemon, like, there wasn't anything special about it, like, when it first started. Like, you're seeing certain Pokemon bred, like, in one episode you see a baby Lugia. Like, there's not supposed to be babies of legendaries, there's just supposed to be the one. So it just makes you rethink about, it makes you rethink what you think you know of Pokemon when you watch the show at points. And also about Ash as a character. For any of you that have watched, like, Pokemon, I think it's called Pokemon Origins, like with Red, that is the true Pokemon trainer. That is how, if anybody from the real world was put into Pokemon, that's how they would act as a trainer. 90% of people, I would say. The way they put Ash in the show, his Pikachu should be level 100 at this point, and he did beat the... This is a spoiler, so for any of you that care about the show, I would say cover your ears if you haven't kept up with it. Because I do hear things from time to time. Because I stopped watching the show years ago, because that's when when the quality dropped off, I dropped off, at least in my opinion. But, essentially, Ash finally beat the Pokemon League, but he'd been losing for... I don't even know how many series that have been for Pokemon, but he'd been losing league after league after league. He'd make it to, like, most of the time he'd make it to the semifinals or quarterly finals of the Pokemon League, but he just would never win. The writers would just never let him win, because they feel like, oh, if we let him win, the show would end. It's like, no, I mean, if he keeps winning the leagues, that just means you have a quality character. Like, he doesn't stay around in the regions that he's in until he's, until he's beaten the league. No, what Ash does is he beats the league. No, he loses to the league and is like, you know what? This one wasn't for me. I'm going to the next place. Like, and that is 110% marketing. But because then they're just like, well, we just had this new game come out with this new region. We should showcase it, kind of thing. Like, that's why I prefer Red to Ash. I feel like he's just less. He's like, I'm just gonna beat this real fast, kind of thing. Like the only trainer in the show to actually go and capture Mewtwo. Interesting. There's some stuff over there, and I want it. I dropped you down into lava. Come on, that'd be so great. Just fall in the lava, man. I want to. I mean, that sounds cruel, but I mean, I want to see it. Ooh, I see that over there as well. Holy crap, lag! I get that it's not fantastic as far as the connection's concerned, but it should be fine. Here we are. Perfect. This is going to be a bit of a longer episode, but that's just because I'm putting the fossil in it, and I'm putting, I'm not going to say all of my mining, because I do, next episode is going to be 100% a mining episode, you guys. It's just going to be how it is. Did anybody pick or I guess the legendary wouldn't have spawned yet, but, let's see, Shuckle.
Flygon!
Yep, and you regenerated, so... Gosh darn it, a critical hit, of course it was. I mean, I'll take the orange berries because they're actually good because they heal your Pokemon. Also, I don't know if they have any other crafting purposes, so I'm just going to keep on them just in case. I don't know if the curry thing came over because that was also a system in Sword and Shield, so maybe we can use them for curries. Here. After we finish getting all the stuff in this little mini cave, I'll check where we're at time-wise, and we'll go from there. Honestly, I want to do at least one more Wonder Trade, though. 6. Yep, the Wonder Trade 6. Meowth. Oh, I spelt that wrong. Ha! My bad. Forgot a W. I got an Ampharos. That's actually sick. Plus, boost the special attack if another Pokemon has plus or minus. Oh. I mean, he has a good nature, but his ability is really eh. It's like the only way that that nature is actually good is if you have a Plusle or Minun, or I guess another electric Pokemon that can have plus or minus. I mean, if you're going against them, I guess is the only way that's really applicable. But oh, are you serious? I got lagged into the lava. Well, that's lovely. That's just lovely. Not annoying or tedious at all. Let's, if you guys don't remember, I mean, that's the only thing that can damage my armor is lava. I mean, I don't fall damage, doesn't affect the durability, it's pretty nice in that regard. But, let's go ahead and check this. Cool. Well, we're going to go ahead and continue on our mining track here. We got that. Let's see where we're, actually, no, I still haven't checked where we're at time-wise. So, yeah, we're a little over the line there. So we finished up our mini cave. There obviously is another path we can explore around here. I will save that for next episode, though. So I hope you guys have enjoyed episode 13. I think it's been a pretty fun one. We got some stuff done. We got a fossil. You guys got to see both us cleaning the fossil and us both turning it into our Tortuga. Okay, well this is happening. I really hope I don't die from this. That would be that would kind of suck. I'm going to stand over here until, for some reason, my frames balance out. You know what I should do to fix this? I don't mind doing this on my camera. Just do that. I think it might be because of the particles and stuff as well. But this has been Mr. Poke Games. I hope you all have enjoyed the episode. I'll see you guys all on the next one. Bye!